Passarelli here. How are you feeling today? I know I'm feeling pretty good. I hope you are too. I am pretty excited to have this conversation with you about overcoming obstacles to achieving the trader lifestyle. Before we get started, I need to point out options are not for everyone. You should read characteristics and risks of standardized options before trading. Get a copy of that by emailing investorservices@theocc.com. Now I would like to make sure you can hear me and I can see your questions and you can find the questions box so you can participate and get the most out of this as possible. Please go to the questions box on the GoToWebinar control panel and share with me what is the biggest obstacle you are currently facing in your trading. Hit that questions box, or those of you who are proud members of the Market Taker family already. You can also hit the MTM community chat room under the general tab, but I want to make sure you can hear me and that you can find the questions box because we're going to do some Q&A later. What is the biggest obstacle that you are currently facing in your trading? Karen says not enough winners. Okay. Raj says, getting my head on straight. Okay, well, you're obviously in the right place, my friend. Good. Anyone else? Would you please hit that questions box and share with me what is the biggest obstacle or obstacles that you're facing in your trading? Salvatore says, formulating a specific trading plan. Oh, yeah, man. That is one of the biggest things. If you don't have a trading plan formulated, it's tough to make money. It's hard to follow a plan if you don't have one. All very, very good. Adam says psychological impact. Yoli says sticking to one strategy. Yeah, that's pretty important too. Derek, got time for all the obstacles? Yeah, I know. It does feel that way sometimes, doesn't it? Brian says entries and exits. Yep, it's tactical, but still important for sure. Okay, well, oh wait, got one more just popped in here. Managing the exit. Hey, Bob, what's up, man? Managing the exit. Yep, and managing the exit sounds like it's just tactical, but a lot of times that's a lot more than tactical. It's the head, right? The mental aspect. Warren Buffett once said the best investment you can make is an investment in yourself. Do you believe that to be true? I do. I believe it 100%. I hope you do too. Too many interruptions in a day, says William. Yeah, I get that. I sure do. So when we talk about the trader lifestyle, I think mainly about time. I think everyone would agree that it is our most valuable asset, time, right? As a trader, I can trade all day, every day. I can trade for the first few hours of the market or just last few. I can skip some days and trade other days. I can take time away from trading if I want to. And that is all part of the trader lifestyle. Maybe one of the most important parts. And that's why having a trading plan can be such a game changer. As you know, when we write something down, put it on the calendar, it becomes more real. It gets done. Same with our trading. If our trading plan says we should trade the market open 3 days a week, and that is exactly what we're going to do if we have that written down. Now, another thing, legacy is another important factor to think about. Whether it's a substantial inheritance for your children, covering college, bucket list traveling, or buying a second home or third or fourth home, whatever it might be. The trading lifestyle can lead us there. Location. And think about it for a minute. To trade in this day and age, you don't need an office. You don't need to be in a major city. You can trade from anywhere with a stable internet connection. That is freedom. That is control of your own life. And we have people from every walk of life in the MTM community that are living your version of the trader lifestyle, the best version of you. We have retirees who are trading as, a new way to keep energized and focused. We have people that trade covered calls in their retirement accounts just to get an incremental boost. We also have people that have made trading their main source of income. It's what feeds their families and pays the bills and allows them to live their trader lifestyle. There are also quite a few people in the community who are working towards trading as more than a hobby. Right now, they may be paper trading, but soon enough, they'll be living the trader lifestyle with real money. But not everyone can pull it off. So you guys know a lot of parts of my story. I don't know if I ever told you this one though. When I was a professional trader trading on the CBOE trading floor, I started off and, you kind of get into the groove. And at some point, you kind of reach the pinnacle of your career, which, I did. And in that pinnacle of my career, I was in like the top 5 top performing traders at my company out of about 50 guys. And so when they added more traders, I was one of the guys who would train the new traders. And so the first person I trained, and we'll call him Tom. That was not his real name, Tom, but we'll call him Tom. Tom was an Army Ranger, maybe ex-Army Ranger, but I think he was in the reserves still, so still an Army Ranger. He was just this badass. He wasn't like huge, but he was like tight, just all muscle. He did Ironman triathlons. He was a sharpshooter. Like they would fly him to, Iraq when Dick Cheney was going there to stand up on a roof and make sure nothing bad happened. This guy's a badass, and he was freaking smart as a tack. Oh my gosh. So I trained him, I showed him the ropes, and he got it. He was ready. So he gets his badge to trade. His first day in the trading pit, he goes into a different pit than I was in, goes into the trading pit. And, after about an hour or so, I call him, hey, Tom, how you doing? He's like, oh, okay. I go, well, did you make a trade yet? He said, no. I said, okay, yeah, that's fine. Lunchtime rolls around. I'm like, hey, Tom, you want to go to lunch? Yeah. So we go to lunch, and I'm like, oh, so did you make any trades? No, not yet. I'm like, all right, no problem. End of the day, Tom, did you make any trades? No. Okay. Next day, goes in there. Lunchtime, making any trades? No. End of the day, making any trades? No. The next day, he just quit. That was open outcry, standing in the pit around all these aggressive testosterone fueled guys. And it was mostly guys then, because it was a very intimidating environment. Being intimidating, unfortunately, was an advantage. And not how life should go in a professional environment, but it was. And I'll talk more about that later. This guy, Army Ranger, Ironman triathlete, badass, couldn't open his mouth. He couldn't. He was just too intimidated by all the other people. Couldn't pull it off. Now, these days, it's not like that anymore. These days, it doesn't matter, what gender you are, sex you are. Doesn't matter if you're big or small. Doesn't matter if you have a loud voice or a quiet voice. None of that matters because it's all in front of a computer. It's all about brains, and psychology. Trading isn't about credentials or pedigrees or net worth. And trading is not for impatient people. If you're here to get rich quick, I'm going to tell you right now, you're not in the right place. I'm sorry if you thought you were, but that's not what this is about. Trading is a consistent wealth building activity. I will say also, trading is not for people who are greedy, which also might seem surprising to some people. I mean, sure, we all do want to make as much money as we can trading, but it's not all about the money. In fact, in a lot of ways, I would go as far as saying it's not at all about money. Like, remember, like we were just talking a minute ago about lifestyle, right? Um, we were just talking a few minutes about lifestyle and time, legacy, creating the best version of you. These are the things that are important to succeed as a trader, more important than, hey, I made money on my last trade. The best traders I know, they focus really on the lifestyle they want, not the dollar amount. So trading also isn't for, people who are indecisive and can't make a decision or need permission to do something. I mean, seriously, if you're aspiring to be a trader and you have a hard time making decisions, like this whole thing ain't gonna work. Like as a trader, like here's what you do. You analyze, you see the data, you compare it to your trading plan, and if it matches and it's a go, you take action. There's no thinking about it. You see an opportunity that makes sense and you move on it. That's it. Otherwise, trading is not going to work. Without question, indecisive people don't make good traders. By the time they hem and haw, the opportunity's gone. So I am really glad that you made the decision to show up here today. And so you should pat yourself in the back. Yes. Now, this one is important. This is everything to a trader. It's not for people who can't differentiate between price and value. As a trader, we study charts and fundamentals and volatility and all that. For what? To learn the value of what you get in a trade or an investment, right? This is essential for a trader to understand. It is essential for a trader to first learn about the value of said trade, investment, whatever. And then if the price is right, trade it. But that's kind of not in a lot of people's nature. Like they talk about people who think rich or think poor. Like a lot of people focus on the wrong things. Like this is just sort of a classic example that sort of dawned on me. Like, would you ever walk into a car dealership and say, "Oh, hi, how much are cars?" Like, obviously, that's an absurd question. You walk in the car dealership and you talk to a person about what you're trying to get out of this car. Like, is my objective good gas mileage, room for the kids' soccer gear, safety, roof racks, whatever? Does it go fast? Is it pretty? Does it smell nice? Like, what do you want? And is that valuable to you? And then when you hear the price, you make the decision to buy or not, right? Like, you ever hear people just like lead with the price? Oh, here's this great opportunity. How much is it? You don't even know what the opportunity is. So good traders focus on that kind of stuff. That's thinking rich, and bad traders don't. That's thinking poor. And I understand it because I've been on both sides of that as well. So none of this is intended to be critical. All of this is intended to be helpful. So also, trading is not for people who want to maintain the status quo. They want more. They want better for themselves and the stakeholders in your life. But, you're not here for status quo, right? Nobody that wants to just stay the same would show up for an event like this. And so credit to you for moving forward. But for the right people, the trader lifestyle creates an opportunity for you to live the life that you've always wanted. And there are a few key personality traits of traders that succeed with the trader lifestyle. I think the most important personality trait is a hunger to become better. And this is really important. It's not just necessarily the hunger to become better with trading. I found that over the years, the best traders improve themselves and are eager to become even better at almost everything they do, like even the relationships in their lives, everything, including trading. right? Like, is this starting to resonate? Are you starting to see what I mean by trader lifestyle? Another thing is that traders living the trader lifestyle, what they tend to do is have short-term memory and mindset about trading, and just think of it as a long-term wealth building activity. Sure, you look at your wins and losses, but more importantly, you understand that it's not about winning every trade. We look at the wins, look at the losses, learn from them, move on. It's done. It's about the satisfaction of having created a system that works. Now that improves your whole image of self-worth, in my opinion. Now, the most in tune traders who truly live their version of the trader lifestyle and also enjoy the challenge and excitement of trading, for them, it doesn't feel like a job or a chore. It's something that you can truly find joy in. I mean, think about it. There is nothing more gratifying than looking at, a scanner like Credit Spread Genius or whatever, seeing like a multi-million-dollar trade happen by a pro, and then observing it, filtering it, putting your own methodology behind it, and executing it perfectly. Man, that is one of my favorite things about trading. Just, it's like feeling at peace within your soul. And the best traders I know that are living their version of the trader lifestyle, we talked about this, we have a plan. It's essential. Essential. Maybe it isn't a formal plan yet. It does need to be one, but maybe it's not yet. But good traders know their risk tolerance, their trading skills, and their timelines, and they stick to it. They don't play to the whims of the market or the news cycles. And the traders that I see having the most success living the trader lifestyle, they get better and better week after week because they're willing to invest a few hours on a new strategy. Maybe a trade review process, maybe better journaling, all things that can make you a better, more consistent, and more confident trader. And I would be remiss not to point this out, but time is one investment, and arguably the biggest, the most important one, but like you have other investments to make that you have to make in order to make this work as well. Money, effort, emotion are the things that come to mind. Whatever it takes, really, right? And I guess that's it, right? Isn't it? Whatever it takes. And I really mean that. If you're here, you have a passion for trading. You're not attending a webinar today to learn a little trick that can help you with your trading a little. Like today, we're talking about the big picture, the important stuff. Like, let's face it, if you care deeply about this stuff, it requires an investment. And some of that's financial, right? Look, what is the difference between investing $25,000 in a stock or investing $25 in yourself? Stock might go up or down, but the investment in yourself is going to last you a lifetime. But even for people with the right characteristics, I'm not going to lie, trading can be a struggle sometimes. Finding the right process and mentality is critical to trading success and creating your own trader lifestyle. If you're the type of person who can't take a loss and loses their mind when a trade goes against them, then trading might not be for that sort of person. And the trader lifestyle wouldn't make sense for that sort of person. If losing a trade changes your ability to make rent, to buy food, to save for retirement, it might not be the right time, right? Doesn't mean the trader lifestyle can't be for you later, but you have to be ready to make that investment. If you're too focused on your trading account to spend quality time with your family, enjoy hobbies, or do your main job, then maybe the trading lifestyle isn't for you. It can't be stressful. It's got to be enjoyable. And I know when you start out, it feels stressful. Give me a yes right now if your trading feels stressful and you don't want it to feel that way anymore. Hit that questions box. Give me a yes if your trading feels stressful now and you don't want it to feel that way anymore. Brian says yes, all caps, exclamation. Karen says yes. Raj says yes. Dion says yes. Derek says sometimes for sure. Okay. Let's face it. The whole purpose of trading is, or should be, to create more time for the things that are important to you, not less time. If you're locked in a basement all day, every day, because you think the market may do this or that, or you have a trade that you keep watching and are obsessed with, you know, it's hard to live the trader lifestyle that way, and a change needs to occur. So let's look at overcoming some of these struggles, because you can. For many traders, especially those getting started or reaching a new stage in your trader journey, one of the biggest things to overcome that struggling is you need to overcome the fear of failure. So I want you to check out this video right here from Tony Robbins on fear of failure. Yes.
Owning rental property. Is it because you think you don't?
But I don't negotiate with my mind. I run this in my heart and soul. I don't let the brain run. I use my brain. I don't let my brain use me. The easiest way to deal with the fear of failure is to be more fearful of not taking action, to be more fearful of settling for a life that is far below what you deserve and what you desire. Everybody has a place where they get fearful. It's just the human mind. It's there. It's not that you're not going to be fearful. I think what it really is just, again, training yourself to say, I can be fearful and I can do it anyway. I don't have to get rid of the fear. I just have to dance with it. I have to use the energy of it to move myself forward. And I found in the early days, I used to, like, when I was trying to make a decision, I would do what I called my rocking chair test. I took a helicopter ride one time. We're flying straight across all the people, bumper to bumper, no stop. This is the way to live. What would it take to, learn how to fly a helicopter? Money, time, energy. Where am I going to fit all this in? What would life be like? I'm 85 years old. I'm in my rocking chair, and I flew helicopters, and I took my friends and family and took the doors off, and we screamed down on the water, and we lived this life where you could go wherever you want the way you want. It was like, wow. I looked at what that life would be, felt incredible. And what if you never learned? What if you come up with all these fears? I don't have time, I don't have the money, I don't know if I can do it, I don't know if I can master it. And you let the fears dominate me, and I never learned to fly a helicopter. I'm 85 in my rocking chair, and I look back on my life and I missed out on all that. But the fastest way to deal with fear is do it anyway. You don't have to feel good to do stuff. That's an illusion. Make yourself do it. What I've trained my brain is when I say do it, we do it. It doesn't matter if it feels good. It doesn't matter if it's too cold. It doesn't matter if I don't feel it. It doesn't matter if I'm fearful. I do it anyway. And when you train yourself to do it anyway, you have a freedom most people will never have.
Man, that says it all, man. That totally says it all. The rocking chair test. When you're 85 sitting in a rocking chair and you think back, how are you going to feel? Feel is important. The other thing I take from Tony's video is, to train your body to do it anyway. So what if I don't feel like doing it? This kind of goes to having a plan and sticking to the plan, which is so undervalued by too many traders. Now, something most people don't talk about is learning how to lose trades. I think this is a hidden gem because most gurus or YouTubers out there, they want us to think that they never lose on a trade. that, you know, they've got this super system that always works. Friends, I've been doing this a long time, and I have never met anyone who wins on a single trade. It's just not reality. So what's the next best thing to not winning on every trade? Well, knowing how to lose on a trade. Think about this. As we become better at managing our risk, as we gain a better understanding of what we're doing, as we have a more refined trading plan, we end up losing less on our losing trades. This alone can be a massive shift for a trader. Just imagine if your average loss was 10% less this year than it was last year, which I think can be a realistic achievement and not overstated by any stretch. Just cutting losses by 10%. What kind of impact would that have on your accounts, on reaching the trader's lifestyle? And a lot of this, almost all of this, comes down to mindset. And you know, head coach John Kamishik, right? He really focuses on this stuff, the trader's mindset, psychology, what gets in your head and what needs to get in your head. Great traders, they don't become great overnight. I forget who said it, but it was something like it took them 20 years to become an overnight success. And that's what trading is, folks. Anything for that matter. Let's face it. On continuous improvement of 1% a day. If you could improve 1% a day and you do that for a year. Now remember, this compounds, right? We're traders, investors, we get compounding. You do that for a year and you are a 37 times better trader than you were when you started the year. Easy to say, but how do you do it? Check out the power of tiny gains that James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, put together for us. Incrementally improving by 1% a day, even though it may be invisible on a day-to-day basis, proves to be 37 times where you started. Holy cow. Now, talking about James Clear and incremental growth, I love the analogy he uses about an ice cube. Have you heard this one? So let's say you're sitting in a room that's 27 degrees. I know, it's cold, right? And there's an ice cube sitting on the table in that room. Let's say the temperature in that room increases by 1 degree every 5 minutes. Well, after 10 minutes, what happens to the ice cube now that the room's 29 degrees, huh? Nothing, right? It's still below freezing, but the work was done to increase the temperature 2 degrees. Now, how about another 10 minutes, right? No, still no change to the ice cube. Like, we remember science, right? After 30 minutes, what happens? No, the ice cube starts melting because the temperature reached 33 degrees. Even though it was that shift from 32 to 33 that caused the ice to melt, it could never have gotten there without the other small incremental changes over time. And it's hard to wrap your head around that when you don't feel those changes, but you got to know you're making them. And if you have let's say you're a person that has a smaller account and you're only able to trade single lot trades, like one lots. Okay, that's great. Trade the single lots, learn from it, grow your account. Then when the right opportunity comes up, well then, we trade 2 lots. We've grown our account. We can trade bigger. We've grown not just in money in our account, we've grown in confidence. And then you grow into 5 lots and so on. Man, I think one of the biggest mistakes traders can make, new traders in particular, is, rushing to that 25 lot dream. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to make all my money overnight. I just started trading earlier this week and I'm going to be rich by the end of next week. You don't have to do that to be a great trader. Incremental growth over time is what we're looking for. It's like starting out with a step stool, then upgrading to a step ladder, then extension ladder, and finally to the cherry picker bucket truck, right? That's the mindset we want to have. Boosting win rates, better management of our losses, and growing over time. This is what makes a good trader and leads to the trader lifestyle. Curiosity is also something that I find is helpful to overcome struggles. Too often when we neglect to think about the role of curiosity in trading, right? When we do, I think we're hurting ourselves. curiosity. That reminds me of there's this great scene in Ted Lasso where Ted, the hero, challenges Rupert, he's the enemy, to a match in darts, right? During this exchange, Ted reveals a sign he saw once: be curious and not judgmental. I think that relates here too. I've heard traders, go on and on about a bad trade, something that may have gone against them, regret for not closing it sooner. This should have happened, that should have happened. How do you think a trader could be more curious about their trades? What could they gain from that? Like, let's not judge our trades. Let's be curious about them. Like I said earlier, it's dishonest and disingenuous to say that we're going to win on every trade. We have to know how to handle the losers just as well as the winners, maybe even more important. Overcoming these obstacles is difficult, but it's doable. And if you're having doubts about whether or not you can do it, I believe you can if you have the right mindset. What does it take to become a great trader? Well, you got to be smart, right? Wrong. You have to believe. You have to believe. Let me share with you the smartest trader I ever trained. Now, to protect the innocent, I'm going to call him Frankie. So Frankie was a rocket scientist. No, literally, he was actually a rocket scientist. He kept great spreadsheets, understood the math behind the Greeks. He's one of the smartest people I have ever met, but not necessarily the best trader I ever met. He didn't have it in him to make that mental shift, the investment in himself. Now, on the other end of that spectrum, there's another guy that was a clerk for one of the traders in the pit on the CBOE trading floor that I traded in. And I'm going to tell you something. This guy was dumb as a freaking box of rocks. Seriously, like, I would say I'm not trying to be funny, but it's funny how dumb this guy was. I really don't know how to be polite about it. He was freaking dumb. But the trader he worked for took him under his wing, and he got him to believe in himself. And now I ran into him like a year ago. He is one of the biggest traders in one of the biggest pits on the CME trading floor. And you know what? He's probably still dumb, but he's rich and confident. He was made to believe in himself. It took a push from his mentor, but he believed he could do it. Now, if you're still here, and you are, maybe that describes you too. Am I right? Hit that questions box for me. Type the word believe in the questions box. If you believe, even if it's just a little bit right now, hit that questions box and type the word believe into the questions box now, please. If you believe that it is possible that you can enjoy the trader's lifestyle, type it in there. I don't just want to see it. I want to feel it too. I want to feel your belief in yourself. Salvatore says believe, and Derek says believe, and Brian says believe, and Karen says believe, and Yoli says I believe. Steve says believe. Bob says believe, and William says believe, and Raj says believe. Wow. Wow. That is powerful. Powerful. Derek says believe. Theodore, believe. That's amazing. That's amazing. I want to talk about trading mentors and how they're essential to success. So I had a mentor. There's a couple guys here, right? Was this guy? Sir Richard Branson, not just Richard Branson, Sir Richard Branson, and Steve Fawcett. So Steve Fawcett was my mentor. And I'm going to share a story with you that I only shared one time before. It was last week. I don't talk about this story because in some ways, I find it hard to talk about, even to this day. Is very, very difficult time for me. So I went into the trading pit in Chicago. Well, first, before then, my risk manager, Bob, he said, Dan, here, listen, we want you to go and pick the pit that you're going to go trade in. And here's how it typically works. You know, if there's X number of people standing in the trading pit, there's X amount of volume that comes in there. They split up the trades, and the more you trade, because you're trading for a theoretical edge, the more money you make. So the more contracts that you can trade, the better. So here's what I want you to do. Go and get the volume reports, and they would print them out. They would just put them in a little stack once a month. It's a little before the internet. Go get the volume report of every pit on the floor, and then go walk around to every pit on the floor and count the number of people in there and divide the volume by the number of people for the past 3 months. Because that tells you how much volume each person is getting. The more volume per person, the better the pit, the more money you're going to make. Pretty simple, straightforward math, isn't it? So I did that, and I went into the trading pit. Well, the first day I was about to go in the trading pit, and Bob, my risk manager, said, "Oh, so which trading pit are you going into?" And I said, "Oh, well, I'm going to go into Ford Motor Company." And he said, "Oh, you're going into Ford? Oh." And I was like, "What? What's the big deal?" He's like, "Well, you know, they have a reputation for being some of the meanest, nastiest guys on the exchange." And I was like, "Well, okay." I made my bed. Let's go. So I go into the trading pit, and there were about 10 guys in there. And I say guys because they were all guys, and there's a lot of testosterone. And they were not nice to me. It's kind of humiliating even to this day. They would yell at me, try and intimidate me. They would talk about my boss, my mentor, Steve Fawcett, in derogatory ways. He was a gazillionaire. He was an extremely successful trader, but they would, you know, say bad things about him and then bad things about me. There's one time when somebody brought in a guns and ammo magazine, and he's talking to one of the people in the pit, looking down at it, looking over at me, like physically and emotionally intimidating. And that went on for a year. But I wanted that. I wanted to succeed. And I knew I would do whatever it takes. I would invest whatever I had to. Excuse me, I'm kind of getting all choked up on this story. I would do whatever it takes, investing in myself emotionally, investing in myself financially, because they would cut me out of a lot of the trades, investing myself in time, physical pain. My back hurt from standing there all day. My nerves were shot by the end of the day, a lot of those days. But eventually I broke in, and they knew they couldn't wear me down. And, well, I had a successful career in that pit. By some accounts, a very successful career in that pit. The CBOE then later, they caught wind of me, and they actually asked me to become a mentor for other traders, flew me around the world, teaching other traders all over. When I started Market Taker, the Chinese government, they were starting option trading, and they contacted me. They said, "We want to fly you out to Beijing, and we want you to trade our exchange staff and our brokerage staff." I looked at it as, you know, I was pretty honored that they tapped into me. So that was sort of my way of giving back to the trading community. And being a mentor now is also still my way of giving back to the trader community, doing my writing and teaching and sharing and creating ways to help you live out your trader lifestyle. Work the plan and the plan works. That is the mantra here at Market Taker, and for good reason. Imagine for a minute you have a trading plan in place, a plan that you and a mentor created specifically to meet your trading goals and your own personal trader lifestyle. With your plan in hand, you know exactly when you're going to trade, you know what you're going to trade, and how you're going to trade. You don't have to think about it anymore. It's like the old Mark Zuckerberg. He used to wear like a t-shirt, and it was the same t-shirt. You'd see him in pictures. Every picture you see him is the same t-shirt. He did that for the same reason that Einstein would wear the exact same suit every day. He'd go to his closet, you know, yesterday's suit was dirty, but today's suit, it's clean, but it looks exactly like the one from yesterday and the one tomorrow and the one tomorrow. Cut out unnecessary decisions so that you can be more effective in your day-to-day. By having a plan in place, you save time and energy every trading day since that plan was created. Hours upon hours of stressful decision-making are now gone. You can focus on your trading your way. And in a way, once you have that plan, you've also lowered your risk. Now, why would I say you've lowered your risk just because you have a trading plan? Here's the key. Inside your trading plan, any trading plan, you've already identified when, how, and what you'll be trading. But more importantly, you've identified the why. And when you know your why, you're going to stick to the script. You're not going to fall victim to market whims, you know, the press, media hype, because that's not part of your plan. It's just one way you'll lower your risk by simply having a trading plan in place. And maybe some of you are saying, but Dan, it takes so much time and effort to create a plan. And you're right, it does. It does take time and effort and discipline and motivation and focus and drive and adaptability and curiosity and energy. But I will ask you this. What does trading without a plan require? It requires time and effort and discipline and motivation and focus and drive and adaptability and curiosity and energy every single day. So basically it comes down to this. You put in the work one time for every day moving forward, or you put in that work over and over again every single day and beat your head against the wall. I know where my mentors led me, and I know what works best for me. Having a plan in place is my answer to achieving my version of the trader lifestyle. Your personal trading plan guides you through the market. It gives you autonomy. It gives you confidence. And even though autonomy and confidence is a part of your trader lifestyle, it doesn't mean that you have to do it alone. Even though it's your trader story, your trader lifestyle that you're creating, having a trusted mentor to help you get your trading plan right is essential. That's what I did. I had a mentor who helped me do that, because you don't have unlimited time to reach a trader lifestyle. It's like the old adage that says it best. When's the best time to plant a shade tree? Well, it was 20 years ago. But we can't go back in time, so when's the second best time? Well, that's today. Maybe you're just starting out in your trader journey. Now it's time to plant the seeds to create the trader lifestyle you were looking for. Perhaps you've been trading for a few years and everything's working fine, but you know there's more out there, more to achieve, a more congruent trader lifestyle that fits your financial goals and your personal goals. What better time than now to finally get a trading plan in place with the help of a mentor and begin living your trading lifestyle? Look, you're here today to become a better trader. You're here because you have a deep desire, a hunger to live your version of the trader lifestyle. And I can tell you that because you're here right now, that this is important to you. And that's great. I love it when traders have that hunger. because where we invest our time shows us our priorities. Where we invest our money shows us our priorities. And it's obvious to me that becoming a trader more consistent, more confident, a trader that's moving toward your version of the trader lifestyle is important to you. Now, it's been a while since we've done this at Market Taker, but we're opening up a few slots to our one-on-one coaching program. And here's what that means for you today. We have a history of helping traders reach your own version of the trader lifestyle. Every trader that joins the one-on-one coaching program begins by creating your trading plan or really dialing it in. If you already have one, that's great. If you need to create one, our pro, John Kamisic, will help you create the exact plan to reach your version of the trader lifestyle. He's already done it for hundreds of other traders like you, and he's good. And I'm talking really good. So good, in fact, that Angela Bargan from Alberta, Canada, said, signing up for MTM's one-on-one coaching with access to all the amazing classes has been the best investment decision I have ever made. Now she's just traveling around the world trading. And this from Jeff Quinn from Texas said, I'm forever indebted to you for convincing me to sign up for one-on-one and John K for the one-on-one training. When I submitted the first draft of my trading plan for review, I had absolutely no idea what a credit spread or debit spread or calendar or diagonal even was, aside from reading some generic info on a strategy guide. I left those sessions of my trading plan blank to be determined. When I updated the plan for final review and comments, I realized I actually learned this stuff. I could analyze any position based on the Greeks before entering. I could hypothetically run through the what ifs. What if the stock dropped X%? What would my position be now? What would I do, right? If knowledge is power, as they say, MTM has given me the power to really own my own trading, feeling confident in knowing the why behind my trading decisions. People like Jeff and Angela can live the trader lifestyle. Your own version of it, you can live because of the mentoring and the coaching process that we've developed over John and my's over 60 years of combined experience. But to be fair, one-on-one coaching isn't for everyone. I only want you to take these next steps if you're truly committed and excited about your own personal trader lifestyle. Are you excited about it? Hit that questions box and give me a big old yes if you are excited to live your own version of the trader lifestyle. Hit that questions box, give me a big old yes right now if you are truly, truly excited to live your version of the trader lifestyle. Yes, all caps, 3 exclamations, says Brian. Yes, says Karen. Yes, all caps, says Raj. Who else? Are you excited to live your version of the trader lifestyle? Salvatore, yes, exclamation. Derek says, oh, hell yeah. Cameron, yes. Stephen, yes. Thomas, yes. Are you excited about the autonomy? Yes. Are you excited about the efficiency? Yes. Are you excited for your legacy? Are you ready to get your time back? Are you ready to control your finances? Yes, yes, yes. So, for those of you who said yes, or excited, like Brian here, for those of you who said yes, this is what is your next step. Go to the application for one-on-one coaching at markettaker.com/one, or just take out your phone right now, go to the camera app and aim it towards that funny looking QR code on the screen. And a little thing will pop up. You click the little yellow circle if you have an iPhone. And I want you to complete the application for one-on-one coaching. Once you've done that, my trader success team is going to give you a call or shoot you an email with a scheduling link. Make sure you take their call. This is important. Now, because of the hands-on nature of this program, we can only take a few people right now. We just do this every once in a while. And those need to be filled by the traders with the most to gain from the program. The ones who get it, the ones who are ready, like so many of you who said yes. The ones who agree with that Warren Buffett statement that an investment in yourself is the most important investment someone can make. People like Angela and Jeff, who know that this is the best investment they can make to reach their true potential and enjoy their version of the trader lifestyle. So when the trader success team calls you, it means that you've passed the first step. You're ready to talk, because these guys don't like to waste time. They don't like to waste your time or their time. If it isn't going to be a fit, then it's not going to be a fit, and that's okay too. When these guys call you, they're going to ask you about the lifestyle you want to achieve and what's working for you and what isn't. And together, if it's a good fit, and if you're one of the best candidates that they can identify as someone who will be able to have some of these tremendous results, you'll be invited to take that next step. And remember, like I said, not everyone will get that final invitation, and some of you will talk and decide that it's not time, but I think you owe it to yourself to find that out. Have a conversation, complete the application, and it's a discovery call. You're going to discover if it's a good fit. They're going to discover if you're a good fit. You're going to discover if this is a good fit for you, and we can make the decision from there. There's no obligation, but again, please only complete it if you're serious about your trading. And if you're still on the call right now, I know you are. You can be the next story. Go to markettaker.com/one. It's market as in stock market, taker as in take what's rightfully yours, 2 T's in a row, markettaker.com/ONE, and complete that application right now. Now, I'm going to leave this up for a few minutes while we start wrapping things up, and I am going to answer your questions. If you have a question now about one-on-one coaching, what this is about, etc., now is the time to ask, or you can just complete the application and you'll get to talk to our trader success team, and you can ask them these questions as well. But I'll field a couple here right now. How important is account size when determining if this is a good fit? Now, that, Raj, is a great question. Like we talked about earlier, I mean, your account size really doesn't matter. Like, I love that idea of incremental growth that we talked about. When our students start out trading a single contract, let's face it, depending on the strategy, it could be less than $100 investment. If you have a bigger account, it could be a $500 investment, but either way, you're going to start small. And then a few months later, while you're following the plan that you create with John and growing your account and growing your confidence and growing in your trader lifestyle, you move up to 5 lots and 10 lots, and you move up to that size and you grow, not just as a trader, but as a person. That is the stuff that gets me out of bed in the morning. That is the stuff that makes my day. So there are things that matter much more than account size. Hunger to learn is important. Willingness to adapt. Understanding that it's not all rainbows and butterflies. You're going to have losing trades, and that's part of it. Commitment to yourself and commitment to investing in yourself. Curiosity, like we talked about earlier. These are so much more important than account size in my mind. Whatever account size you have now, you want to be a better trader, live a trader lifestyle. And a lot of that is growing that small account into a bigger one, or growing that big one into a still bigger one. All right. Thanks, Salvatore. Salvatore says, thank you for your time, Dan. I'm excited to move forward and we'll take the first step by completing the MTM assessment. Excellent. Tina says, how many spots are available? Last I talked to John, we could accommodate 7 spots. So, you know, there is room, but there's a reasonably good chance all 7 of those spots are going to be filled up by the middle of next week. So you owe it to yourself to explore this and discover if this is something that you want to move forward with. Again, when you complete the application and talk to our trader success team, there's no obligation. You don't have to do anything. You're not locked into anything. It is, you complete the application so that you can have a productive discovery call to see if this is for you, and for our team to see if you're a good fit for this as well. Is there a fee or commitment to complete the application? No, there's no fee or commitment to complete the application. It's all about the conversation, so no need to stress about anything like that. Is this a group cohort? No, absolutely not. This is all about you, Darren. During the onboarding process, John and I are going to get to know you, your current goals, your current situation, your strengths, your weaknesses. Everything about this program is tailored to you and what you need to live your version of the trader lifestyle. Look, there are a lot of people on this call right now, and a lot of you will be sending in applications. I've seen a bunch popped up already. No 2 traders come from the same background. No 2 traders have the same vision for the lifestyle that they want out of their trading. And that's what makes this program in particular so great. It's custom tailored to the needs of each individual trader. One-on-one meetings are not the same for everyone. This is truly a find your why and plan your lifestyle. And it's proven to work for traders at all skill levels and all account sizes. When will I know if I am a fit? After you complete the application, like seriously, if you are still listening, I know this is something that's important to you. It's time to see what one-on-one coaching is all about. Is it a good fit? And if it's not, that's okay. It's not for everyone. But at this point, I think you can agree you owe it to yourself to find that out. So go to markettaker.com/Juan or get your phone out, open the camera app, point it towards that funny looking square there, and fill out the application on your phone or computer. And you're going to get a call and you're going to see if it's a good fit for you. And you'll have a pretty good idea after that first call. Are the coaching sessions in person? No. We meet virtually through secure video. It is through GoToMeeting. Yeah, so I mean, right now John's working with one person from New Zealand. We're working with a guy from Singapore. We work with several people from Singapore and several from New Zealand, and Australia and London and Germany, France, Canada, way in the nation of Canada. Yeah, we have people from all over the globe. So yeah, it's not in person. It's very convenient for you. Is this like personal training, but for traders? Yeah, you know what? In a way, yes. That's a great way to look at it. Similar to personal training, your goals and current situation, they're going to be reviewed and a plan created and a series of actions will be prescribed, including accountability sessions to make sure that the plan is coming together and working to guide you to your trader lifestyle. Remember, this is personal and individual. It's not the same for everyone. It's high touch, high involvement program that yields high results, which is why, you know, we're selective as to who gets to work with us and you're selective in if it's a good fit for you. Do we have any from New Jersey? Salvatore, we might have had one or two from New Jersey over the past 16 years. Yeah, we might have, yeah. All right, these are great questions. And thanks Salvatore and Karen and Raj for sending in applications. Sharon for sending in an application. Anna for sending in an application. Bill for sending in an application. Becky for sending in an application. Mark for sending in an application. Jack for sending in an application. Or assessment, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter. So, yep. All right. Well, thank you for sharing your time with me, and I'm honored to be able to talk about the most important thing. You know, unless trading for you is just dabbling, twiddling your thumbs, something to waste your time with, this is the stuff that you need to think about. This is stuff that everyone needs to think about as a trader. Otherwise, what are you doing? And this is what Market Taker is about. You know, we do have great scanners that we create. We have great, you know, our group coaching is great. But what we do is we train traders through one-on-one coaching. So that's why we invited you here today, to see who really wants to live that trader lifestyle. And that's you. So go to markettaker.com/1, and I will we'll talk to you soon. You'll be getting a call from our trader success team within the next 24 hours. All right, have a great rest of your day. Trade smart. Catch you next time.